Welcome to another episode of Friday Freebies, where I go over the best free tools for web designers and WordPress users. These are absolutely free, so there's no cost, there's no premium version involved. Today, we're going to take a look at Synan Bricks, which is a free child theme stroke kind of add-on for WordPress and Bricks. This is a Bricks-based tool, so you do have to have Bricks installed. If you're not using Bricks, this probably isn't going to be for you. So, you can install this like a child theme. This is the kind of thing that's a little bit different. So if you use it in the normal Bricks child theme, you can remove that and use this in its place. You are going to have Bricks installed alongside it though, because it opens up additional possibilities inside Bricks. But this kind of leads me on to what exactly is Synan Bricks and why would you want to use it? Well, two reasons. One, it opens up additional possibilities of what you can do with Bricks Builder itself. So inside the Bricks editor. And two, it opens up a lot of additional options inside WordPress itself. So think of something like ASC, something like that where you have tons of little sort of widgets that do certain specific things. Things that maybe WordPress doesn't natively do, or maybe you include multiple little plugins to do these different things. So let me go through and show you how this works. So once you've installed the child theme, you'll see you have a new section on the left-hand side. Now mine is called WPTuts test because this is totally white labelable. So if you want to use this on a client site and you don't want them to know what you're using, you could do exactly that. You can white label it yourself. Like I say, no pro or premium version here. This is the only version of it and it's totally free. So once you open this up, you'll see some of the options available. So things like dashboard settings, editor settings, security settings. You've even got options then for things like AI agents and AI agent settings and so on. So if you want to bring AI into Bricks, you can do that here. Now, I'm not going to cover all the different things here because there's so much to cover. I'm going to give you a whirlwind tour, but I will link to the actual website down below. There's a ton of great videos on there that'll show you the various different features in more detail. So if this whets your appetite, check that out and take a look at it. Okay, so let's take a quick look. If we come into something like the dashboard settings, inside here you can see we can do things like limit the post revisions, move the Bricks menu to the end, require login to comment, disable comments completely. All little things you wish were super easy inside WordPress itself, which are not and generally require additional plugins or tools. So you can simply come in and say you don't want comments, you want to disable it completely, you want to enable the thumbnail column in the post table, enable the draft revision system, set this to be no more revisions than maybe 25. Enable the admin bar toggle front end, disable admin bar for various different roles. So we may say we don't want the admin bar for any of these, just for administrators. So if you have people logging into your website, but they only have access to the front end once they're logged in, memberships, things like that, you don't want them to see that bar at the top. Well, this does things like disable it. So you can set all the things you want inside here. Once you're happy, hit save changes. Those changes will take effect. Same thing goes if you come to things like the editor settings. You can see this is now more to do with Bricks itself. So hide the elements icons in Bricks, keep element compact but keep icons in Bricks editor, etc, etc. So if I jump into Bricks now, you'll see some of the changes that we've visually set up using these options. So first of all, if we take a look at the pages section, you'll see now I've got a thumbnail for, well, the featured image that we've got set up here. If we come into and edit this itself, you can see we've got edit with Bricks, we've got create revision, so options we've set up inside Synan Bricks. If we open this up to edit it inside Bricks itself, you can see now we've got a slightly different interface option set on the left-hand side. So these are all different things we're using to customize. You also notice we look at the structure panel, I've got this GSAP animations nestable. This is a additional feature that's part of the Synan Bricks, and this allows you to have animations going on inside you. So if you want to have GSAP animation and various other different kinds of animation, you can use this function directly inside you. Again, you don't require then additional plugins to do all these things. Then you've got additional options like security settings. So there's a lot of things out of the box that WordPress really could do with being turned off, and this allows you to do things like that. So if you want to remove things like XML-RPC, if you want to get rid of the RSS, if you're using these features, disable them. Not only are they going to help you from a security point of view, also these are resources that are potentially being used that you don't need because you don't use those features. So there's lots of options here to customize this. You've got blocked IP management, so if things are blocked, you can see what's there. If someone's accidentally blocked, you could clear that and so on. Then you can also do things like create custom post types, custom fields, taxonomies, and so on. So you can see I've got books set up here. And if we come into my custom fields and post types and so on, you'll see there's my posts. So they've got books, book, and so on. Now, the one criticism I would level at this, and I can't say too much because it is absolutely free, and it does bring a lot of functionality, is, well, to be honest, it's bloody ugly. As a dashboard, as an interface, it really could do with a little bit of love, a little bit of polish, and I think it would be an absolutely awesome setup then. But the fact that it's a little bit of a mess at the moment, a little bit sort of like chuck all the things at the wall and just leave it at that, is a little bit disappointing. But like I say, it is totally free and it does bring a lot of functionality. So if you can see past that, you just enable the things you want, disable the things you don't want, and then really just don't go back in there. It's going to do those things that you need it to do. So just a little thing that I would love to see a little bit of time and effort spent on, just making this look a lot neater and more polished. But you can see custom fields, taxonomies, login settings. When I set a custom background image and so on, 404 logs. So if you've got 404s and things going on, so pages missing, this will log it for you. Search logs, set up 301 redirects. You'll know you either use an SEO plugin or you install something like a free little plugin like 301 redirect to handle these things. If you want to run mail through an SMTP server, you can do that here. Now, I know there's a lot of other tools out there that do this, like ASE and various other tools that do it for absolutely zero cost as well. There are premium versions available. But what this does that's different is that there's a Bricks approach to it as well. So there's additional features here inside for working with Bricks itself. So if you are a Bricks user and you appreciate those things and you want to take advantage, this may be a better option for you. But everything here is basically disabled by default. So nothing, you don't have to go through this and turn a bunch of things off. If you literally wanted to use just the Bricks features here and leave everything else to another plugin like ASE or something that you're more used to and you've got everything set and configured the way you like, you can absolutely do it. You can install this as a child theme, set up the Bricks side of things, and ignore everything else. You've also got things like media settings, role management, code snippets, cookie settings, accessibility settings, activity logs, SEO settings, interactions. So you can see you've got GSAP, you've got smooth scroll, you've got page transitions, and super easy to use. If you want to put page transitions, enable it, choose the type of transition you want, set the duration, tweak any advanced settings you may want to tweak, hit save changes. Then you come over to my very ugly site that's just literally a plain install of Bricks and WordPress. Click, and we now have an animation to change the pages. You can see, nice, cool little effect, and simply a case of switching it on and choosing what effect you want. So I'm not going to go through, like I say, everything here. There's so many different options available, like I say, Brick-centric options and so on. If you are interested in this, check it out. It is absolutely free. There are a ton of options here. And if you're a Bricks user, there's some nice little things here that expands what you can do inside Bricks. If you do check it out, let me know in the comment section what you think. And if you're already using it, again, let me know down in the comment section. But if you use ASE or any of those other tools, please don't go down there and start typing out, Paul, ASE is better than this. I use that and I'm never going to change. That's perfectly fine. Don't have to, not suggesting you do. If you want to take advantage of the Bricks things, use the Bricks things, leave everything else off, and use whatever tool you're using. So stay away from the keyboard. You don't need to get all keyboard warrior on me. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine. Go take a little lie down, watch a little bit of TV, listen to some soothing music, whatever makes you feel better. It's all good. Anyway, all comments that you want to drop them down below. All applicable links are in the description. My name is Paul C. This is WPTuts, and until next time, take care.